Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about my Colorado Avalanche autographs, being a Colorado resident and living in Colorado when the Avalanche were relocated from Quebec, Canada, formerly the Quebec Nordiques, when they were relocated to Colorado in, I believe, the 94-95 season. Everybody was a thirsty hockey fan at the time. We did have hockey back in the up to the late 80s, I believe, early 80s. I forget when we had the original Colorado Rockies. That was our NHL team back in the day. And they spelled their name differently than the baseball team, the Rockies. They spelled it Rocky's. And everybody, Colorado was a hockey town. And once we lost the Colorado Rockies, Coloradoans were thirsty for a hockey team, and the Avalanche were welcomed as soon as they got here in the 94-95 season. And although Bernie here is my most recent autograph from the Avalanche, he is by far not my only autograph from the Avalanche. And the Avalanche quickly won over fans statewide, region-wide. Imagine there was fans across the country in certain locations when they won the Stanley Cup Finals in 1996. I remember watching Game 7. I believe it was Game 7 against the Florida Panthers. It went all night. It was like multiple overtimes. And it was Patrick Waugh and Curtis Joseph. It was a long shootout battle. Stayed up late that night watching the game. And that Stanley Cup victory solidified the Avalanche's fan base in Colorado, definitely. And they did win the Stanley Cup in 2001, which reinforced their fan base even more, and their standing in Colorado. And in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, the Colorado Avalanche held public signings for their players, and a lot of these are obtained in-person autographs by the Avalanche players, and some of them have cool stories. I'll go over those in a minute. Most of the time, the players would sign at gas stations or venues like that around town. They did have a contract, I believe, or a partnership with a gas station chain locally at the time, and most of the time they would provide their own photos of some sort, but not every time. And I learned a lesson the hard way that they don't always do that. But these are some of my autographs, and I have some of these I have multiples of because I was able to get in line, get an autograph, go back in line, and get another autograph. But I'll just go through these quickly, and if there's a little story, I'll kind of go over that. I don't remember this signing too well, but this is Marek Zvatos. Got a couple autographs from him. Obviously, probably 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. Definitely cool. And I believe, like I said, they didn't always provide their own photographs. I think with this signing, I came prepared with a hockey puck, and I had him sign a hockey puck as well. So, got that from him. And another autograph signing, actually got three Milan Hajduk autographs in person, and I believe he did provide his own photograph. These are like 5x7, if that. They're kind of small, but they're photographs nonetheless. And it was more than I showed up with. I didn't have photographs all the time for the signings, but got the Milan Hajduk autograph, and this time I also brought a puck with me and got his autograph on the puck as well. So I got it in line a total of 4 times for that autograph signing, so that was very cool. Another autograph signing was Mr. Ian LaPierre, and you can see that he switched up the ink pen for the signing, black and silver for that. So that was very cool. These guys would sign like every other week at a different gas station around town, I believe, if I remember right. And Timu Solani, went to an autograph signing for him, got that in person. And Paul Correa, got that in person while he was still with the team at the time. Oh, I didn't realize I had more Milan Hajduk's. And another Marek Svatos autograph. So definitely stocked up on these guys quite a bit. I'll have to put those together. I didn't realize they were separated when I had them in my binder. And Mr. Adam Foote. Obviously, these players are long gone from the team, but they made an impression. They're well-known, remembered players that were on the Avalanche at one time. So Adam Foote right there. And sometimes they didn't provide the photos, like I said, and sometimes I didn't have the means to go to the local collectible store and get a 8x10 or whatever photograph of the player or a puck. So I had to print off pictures off the internet, and that's what happened with this one, Mr. Dan Highnote. Still got his autograph, but it's on a printed photograph I got offline back in the day, and that went for Mr. Rob Blake as well. This was after the 2001, I believe, Stanley Cup Finals. Lifting the cup above his head, got his autograph right there. Not the greatest picture, it is quite pixelated or blurry, but got the autograph nonetheless, which was very cool. And I was on the bandwagon with the Avalanche just like everybody else was back in the day. Don't follow the team so much anymore nowadays, but back in the day, definitely. And I've always liked the home jersey colors. Here's a this one I think I bought actually offline because it was, or in a store. I believe this was at a collectible store. That's Mr. Ian LaPierre. And I always liked these colors. They're just awesome. I love the burgundy and the dark blue like that. So that helped me. That helped my fandom. I love the colors. They're just awesome. And this is I bought this one also at a local collectible store. That's Alex Tanguay. Definitely cool right there. And another 8x10. Mr. Peter Budaj, we would say Budaj. Cool. And I keep these all in a binder in protective sleeves so they don't get damaged. And this one, this is I went to at the time it was called Gears, Games, and Gadgets, where it would be like an exposition, sports cars, I believe, something like that. Different extreme sports you could try out. There was BMX demonstrations, things like that. It's been a while. These shows haven't been around for a while, but they would have local athletes appear at these shows, and Joe Sakic was appearing at this particular show this year. I think it lasted for 3 years, and I waited in line. I got up there, and I was hoping that he was providing photographs to sign, and he didn't have anything prepared to sign. No photographs, no team merchandise like a postcard or whatever, nothing like that. But he was very sympathetic to my situation. I waited in line, so he signed this flyer from an old radio station here in Denver, 95.7 KISS FM, and he hooked me up with an autograph right there. And this one is just literally a blank piece of paper that he signed for me. Literally just what he had available. I mean, he felt bad. He saw everybody was waiting in line patiently, and I showed up empty-handed, and he thankfully obliged me with 2 autographs. So thank you, Mr. Joe Sakic, for that. And let's go through the trading cards. These are the ones I bought offline, straight out. I usually don't buy too many cards online. I don't like to manufacture my collection that way. I like to make it all natural, but I just couldn't resist these. These were, I can't remember the prices, but quite the deal at the time. So here's Marek Swatos, Ian LaPerriere once again, Wojtek Wolski, I think it's Wojtek, right? Wojtek Wolski. Like I said, these players haven't been with the team for quite a long time. Milan Hajduk, 2002. Shows you how long it's been since these guys been in a Colorado Avalanche uniform. And this one wasn't, he's not in Colorado Avalanche uniform, but Mr. Jose Theodore was a goalie for the Avalanche for a short time. So I couldn't pass up getting his autograph on a couple of, is this the Blackhawks? Cards here, I think. Oh, he's even on the Montreal Canadiens, so he bounced around quite a bit. I mean, that's 3 teams right there. So we went through quite a few goalies. I didn't get a chance to get Patrick Waugh at the time, even when he was coach. I never got his autograph, regrettably. But these are the ones I got through the mail. I sent to the team directly. Mr. Paul Stastny, got his autograph through the mail. Alex Tanguay, through the mail return. Adam Foote, through the mail return. And let's see who this is. Peter Forsberg. He had been traded already. He was at a different team. I sent this Avalanche uniform card to the team he was at. I forget where he was traded to, but he was gracious enough to hook me up with an autograph. And I never thought I'd get a Forsberg autograph, and especially through the mail. I couldn't afford one off eBay at the time. At the peak of his popularity, he was quite. His cards were going for quite a bit more than I could afford at the time. So I appreciate this very much that he hooked me up with a through the mail return autograph, even though he wasn't with the Avalanche at the time. And one more from David Abisher, one of the other goalies that we had. Like I said, we went through quite a few goalies. Abisher, Budai, Theodore, Waugh. I'm sure I'm missing one or two. But yeah, that was the other through the mail autograph return. So yeah, that's it. The assortment of Colorado Avalanche autographs from back in the day. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I get some through the mail returns shortly. I've sent out tons and I'm waiting for responses. They trickle in here and there, but these last few days have been quite dead. This last week has been dead, so I've decided to pull out the Avalanche cards, Avalanche autographs, and go over those. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back soon with another video, probably tomorrow. And thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Take it easy.